Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Writing in Biological Sciences. So today we are looking at something, and that thing is let's go. How to identify a predatory journal. How to identify a predatory journal. Now, what are predatory journals? Predatory journals. When I first heard the one like predatory journals, like predators, yeah, something like that. These journals take advantage of you. You know, like in research or academics, you have to publish or you perish. Publish or you perish. Now, these predatory journals, the publishers or the owners of these journals know this, and they take advantage of naive publishers and publish counterfeit journals. Now, so what are predatory journals? What are predatory publishers? I don't know. This let me put it in the simplest way possible. So we know we have quack doctors, right? Yeah, we also have quack publishers. What the quack doctors will tell you, yes, I can do this thing for you at a really cheaper rate. Just come and do it. Maybe you're good at it, yeah, we'll do it for you, but eventually they hurt you now. They do use cheap things, and yeah, this is what a predatory journal is. They tell you that they are really good, they can help you publish your work for you, and they publish your work for you in no time. And you're like, yeah, my journal, but they are actually publishing counterfeit journals. Now, if you want to build a good resume for the international market, not just Nigeria, like the international market, you have to avoid these predatory journals. I would not lie, I, as a researcher, have published in a predatory journal because I was a naive. That was my first time. I was a naive researcher then. I didn't know about predatory journals and non-predatory journals. So they also did like, wow, academic submitted, let me pay. It was like 20,000 naira. Wow, these big journals are collecting about 2 million. Some are collecting 70,000, 80,000, 90, 100,000. But this guy said they'll collect 20k to publish, and like, wow, this is cheaper. Let's publish 2 people together, 10,000, and bam, that's it. But how do you avoid these predatory journals? How do you know them? Which is really important. How do you know these predatory journals? The first thing is they mimic the name of reputable journals. If you're a researcher like me, you'll be familiar with Science Direct or Elsevier, and imagine you get a message from Science Direct, come and publish your journal. Like, wow, Science Direct, nice. Click on the message, the email, and the website doesn't look anything like Science Direct. Yeah, that is a sign. They are predatory journals. They are what? Predatory journals. Even if they have an original name, which takes us to the next step, their website will look shabby, not well designed, all clogged up and scattered. So you'll be like, will a reputable journal have this kind of simple website that just looks very clogged and not really original? Now, this takes us to the next step. On that same website, their editorial board has no affiliation to any research institute or any academic institute. Imagine that you are the editor-in-chief of a research journal and I cannot connect you to any institution. That is a red flag. You should always look at their editorial board and find where they are affiliated to. Or sometimes the editorial board does not even exist, the name does not even exist. Yeah, I've seen that case too, where the name does not exist. Now, the next thing, even if they have a good editorial board, sometimes they can pay these guys now to just bring your name, put you as an editor-in-chief for pay you some particular amount. Yeah, it happens. It's business. They just ask for business. Even if they have a good editorial board, the next thing I'm going to say now will identify a predatory journal. Now, if you download a particular paper from that journal, which I always advise people to do first before you publish in a journal, download 2 or 3 publications they made before and read through and see how it is. When you read through a predatory journal, grammatical blunders are everywhere. Grammatical blunders are everywhere. The format is scattered. Like the way it is typed is scattered. You see two different fonts or two different citation styles. Now, in that case, you should know that this particular journal was not reviewed. You know that this particular journal was not reviewed. If you can see grammatical blunders, if you can see inconsistent citation, and you will see that a particular name is cited in the work, but it's not cited in the reference, not in the reference. A reputable journal will not allow that. You must cite and you must reference. Even if it's one name, they will call you back. Oga, put that name, put it. That is what a reputable journal will do. But all these journals would have a lot of grammatical mistakes. The format is not correct. It is just scattered everywhere. Then the next step is these guys, they publish weekly or monthly. Which journal publish weekly? Like, which reputable journal will publish journal weekly? It's not blank pages though. It's people's work. People have written this thing down and tell you to review, to publish, and you are publishing it every week. How? I will submit it today on Monday. It's out on Friday. No, you can't publish monthly. I think a reputable journal takes at least 2 to 3 months to review your paper back and forth, and a reputable journal will disturb you with review. You can review your paper like 4 or 5 times. They will send it back to you. You have to correct. Send it back to you. You have to correct. Make your corrections. If your paper is going to be accepted, you keep making corrections. It can take you 2 to 3 months for a reputable journal. So most reputable journals publish once a year or twice a year. Reputable journals, yeah. But there are some that publish once in 2 months or once in 3 months. Yes, this ones too are reputable journals from their review. You'll be able to know. The next thing is these journals are not specific. They are not specific. They publish anything. Publish from medicine, publish from biology, publish from chemistry, publish from accounting in one journal. Publish in business administration, publish in economics in one journal. So you should be able to identify these things. So that's why it's important for you to download their papers and see. Go through the website, do a background check as a researcher. Don't just carry your paper, your sweat and hard work and throw it into that kind of place. You will regret it. You will really regret it. And the next thing is, when you submit your paper, they don't do any specific review. Nothing. They do nothing. I said it before. They don't do anything. They just do generic review, correct your abstracts, add more literature, or arrange your reference. But specific review, what I mean by specific review, a journal that is reputable will carry your paper and give to people in your field, are specialized in your field. These guys that are specialized in your field will review your paper, not just anybody. Not just a typist or a computer scientist reviewing a biology paper. Those guys, no. You have to do, they will do specific reviews, but reputable journals do specific reviews. Now, the next thing is that these guys have just one reviewer. A reputable journal have 2 to 3 reviewers for your paper. So they attach you to about 3 reviewers for your paper. So that way you know that's the reputable journal. But these journals do not do any, they either don't do any review or have just one review, which is not even specific. It's just generic, that normally you won't give an undergraduate to check it. Like, okay, you do not type this thing very well, your reference is not, I mean, people that are specific to your field should be able to do that kind of, to be able to do good review. Now the next thing is, these guys don't do plagiarism check at all. They just carry your paper the same way you brought it and publish it online. No plagiarism report, no plagiarism check. It is very, very important that you submit your papers. When you submit your papers, you request for a plagiarism check. because if you plagiarize, your paper will be cancelled. It's not going to be accepted as a paper, because when you are building your international resume to go abroad as a researcher, they are going to scan all your papers. And imagine they find one of your papers to be plagiarized. That's a red flag. That's a serious red flag, and it's not be good for you as a researcher. Now, from experience, I'm not trying to be stereotype or racist. I think, from experience, most of these journals are from a particular country, and you will know. I don't want to call them the country. I don't want to be jailed or something. They mostly come from one country in Asia. We keep seeing these things. Oh, we keep seeing them. You will notice. Because you will notice the country as I'm talking. I'm sure you know the country I'm talking about if you've seen a predatory journal before. So now imagine doing so much work, putting all these things together, a perfect manuscript, and you take it and submit it to a predatory journal, and your work is now eventually undermined because you not meet a particular international standard for reviewing. It will be painful to you now. All the hard work will just go away. Everything will just go away. So it is painful. So it is really important that when you want to publish, you have a research interest. Find a journal, one journal that publish in that interest. There is definitely a journal that publish in that interest. Like I'm interested in ethnomedicine, like plant medicine. There are journals that publish in plant medicine or plant pharmacology. These ones, they publish things that have to do with plants. So if you are interested in medicine or medical microbiology, look for journals that publish medical microbiology. And look for journals that will give you reviews, because you learn from reviews. Like I recently did a research on fermented mango pulp as flour, fermented mango flour. Yes, fermented mango flour. That is in food technology and food microbiology. And the reviewer sent it back and said it's no longer physiochemical properties, now techno-functional properties. Now I had to look that up. Like, wow, techno-functional properties. This is new, I've never heard it before. And boom, true, they've updated. So I now know techno-functional properties, unlike when a review is not done. So this is for us researchers. Please avoid predatory journals. And I hope these things I've listed out will help us find them and identify them when we want to publish. So thank you. I'll see you in the next video. Let's not forget, thank you for 1,000 views. Keep viewing, but subscribe.